Here we are, back at it again with the stupid Fortnite controversies. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you guys know, there has been this trend of video games being bashed on just because parents can't seem to do their job. Games such as Call of Duty, Doom, Mortal Kombat, and in this case, Fortnite, has been blamed multiple times for either causing the most recent mass shootings in America, the high divorce rates, and now news networks left and right have been calling Fortnite heroin. I've already made a video similar to this one, so if you want to watch that version, I'll leave the link to it in the description. For those of you who are new to the channel or the controversy, a lot of news reporters are claiming that the popular video game Fortnite is as addictive as heroin. Here's what the article has to say. The popular video game Fortnite has been a pop culture sensation since it was released in 2017, spurring a line of viral videos, dances, and merchandise. Now a new lawsuit claims that the game is as addictive as cocaine. Fortnite, created by Cary-based Epic Games, was intentionally created to be as addictive as possible, according to a lawsuit filed by a Canadian attorney. The case stems from parents' claims that the game ruined their children's lives. The parents are citing a study finding that the game causes the brain to release dopamine, having a drug-like effect. So this is what it has come down to. Parents can't do their jobs anymore, or they don't want to do their jobs anymore. They're blaming a video game called Fortnite. Not only that, they're now filing lawsuits against Epic Games for making their game good. Welcome to the 21st century, people. This report is only a paragraph worth of information and it already destroyed itself. There are three main things wrong with this. 1. A video game can't be compared to a drug like heroin. Inserting heroin into your body can have multiple side effects that can, and most of the time, permanently change your body in a negative way. Inserting heroin into your body can cause intense sadness, irregular periods, and difficulty having children, no sex drive, constipation, damaged heart, lungs, liver, and brain, vein damage, and skin, heart, and lung infections from injecting. And worst of all, death. What has video games ever caused that permanently changed the body? Nothing. Video games are a digital form of entertainment. Nothing can physically enter into the body and mess anything up. The only way a video game can cause harm to you is by causing eye strain and seizures, which is what pretty much anything with a bright light can cause, and only a very small percent of the population ever experience these type of seizures. Video games are as harmless as television. In fact, if you really think about it, the only technical difference between video games and television is that you can move the pixels on your screen with video games, while cable TV is just whatever the provider throws at you. It's actually better for someone to play video games over television. At least you're using your brain to do things in the game and being somewhat social to people that you never met, over doing nothing but watch whatever your cable TV provider throws at you. But they said it releases dopamine. Yes, I remember that, and that brings us to our second issue. Dopamine is not a bad thing. ABC7 was not wrong when they said it releases dopamine. There have been multiple reports saying that dopamine is released when playing video games. What reporters don't really understand is that dopamine isn't a bad thing. Dopamine is a chemical that is released in the brain whenever someone does something that gives them pleasure. Anything that causes pleasure can cause the release of dopamine, from riding a bike to masturbation. Dopamine is a pleasure chemical. Drugs affect dopamine by changing the way dopamine is released in the brain. Video games can't affect the release of dopamine since it doesn't release any chemicals into your body. The reason why dopamine is released in the brain when someone plays video games is because they like video games. That's honestly the only answer I could give. I mean, you could go into the scientifics, you could go into how the brain does it or whatever, but really the reason why dopamine is released when someone's playing video games is just because it's their favorite thing to do. They love it so much that they gain pleasure from it. The third issue here is that Fortnite is gaining a lawsuit for doing what most businesses do anyways. What people tend to forget is that video games aren't the only things that people get addicted to. People get addicted to Marvel movies, DC movies, Netflix TV shows. Food joints want their customers to be addicted to their food. Why do you think fast food joints like McDonald's and Burger King are so successful? People are addicted to their food. No matter how disgusting the food actually is or how unhealthy it is, it's super cheap, it's super tasty, people are going to come back to it no matter what. If I'm going to be real with you guys, all this is happening just because parents don't want to be parents anymore. I do hope that one day all these stupid accusations will stop happening soon, because this is making the gaming community look horrible and the people involved with it are being dehumanized just because the news keeps lying to people's faces. I know today's video was short, but I usually don't let these things get pushed aside because gaming is my favorite hobby and I don't want people to see me as some druggie that's always high on the Fortnite drug later in life. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more content, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.